Hey everyone, so for Homeschool Monday I'm going to talk about Lapbooks today. First I'm going to show you how to make them, and then I'm going to show you how we use them in our homeschool. So what I have here is a file folder. I just got these in a big box at Walmart, and I think I got like 100 in the box. So the first thing you're going to do is open it up, and then you're going to fold the sides into the middle. Okay, so now it will open up in this direction. Now, this is still going to want to fold itself, so what you're going to want to do is put some construction paper in here. What that's going to do is steady this and make it more sturdy. So I like to do that with just a glue stick. You can do it with regular glue or rubber cement, but I find that a glue stick works just fine. Okay, so there you have a good working surface to start for your lap book. I will make them in manila, but I also have blue and red, and it's still the same process. You just fold into the middle. And then you would just put a piece of construction paper in here. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you some of the lap books that we made last year. This is a lap book about penguins. We made this in the month of December, and in December we have a lot of things going on. So like you can see, this is December 2014, so this was our school year last year. So moving quickly through the month of December, instead of having them do every aspect of a lap book, I had them do these matchbooks that are on the side. So for predators, we researched it, and they wrote down the things they found interesting, and then they wrote them in there. So their predators are orcas, sea lions, and sharks. And eat. They eat fish, krill, and squid. So we read about all of the different types of penguins we have here. We gathered the information we thought was important, and then they hand wrote them into these. And then as for the individual penguins, we decided the best way to learn was to keep it the way it was. So we have folded these full sheet pieces of paper, colored facts about the penguins, where they live, their habitat, food, predators, colony facts, and their appearance. So we have this for 6 different types of penguins here. So full fold out sheets. And that's a lot more information than they are comfortably able to write, or were able to write in 1st and 2nd grade. So we found this was a neat way that we could still come back and get lots of penguin facts without spending 2 weeks writing facts down that we can't totally read anyway. It's nice to keep them involved, but unless I already knew what I was reading, that's really difficult to read. So that was one of the lap books we did last year. Another one we did was a weather lap book. So I printed out the page, the picture, they colored it, and then I just cut it to match the opening of the lap book. And I will link the web page below where I got the different cutouts for things, the different templates. So I will post that link in the description below. If you want to see where I got templates for any of these, it'll be there. So in here we have things that make weather, and you know, we have moisture, temperature, wind, and air pressure. Those are all different things that affect weather. For the water cycle, again, it's another full page that shows the full water cycle. And then we have all kinds of different things. Important facts on lightning, and the wind speeds for different hurricanes and tropical depressions. The reason we have seasons is because of the tilt of the earth, and different snow words. You can read the definition and the word, and then they can separate those, so it's like a little game. And then here we have definitions of hail, fog, and dew, different types of clouds, and tornado facts. So all these different things, and if they have a question about weather, they can come right to this book and they can look that up. Another one that I did that we really enjoyed was I got this book. It's the Complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh, and I got it at the dollar store for I got this at Goodwill for 59 cents. The Complete Works of Winnie the Pooh, and this lap book covers the first 10 chapters in this. So it is Winnie the Pooh. The second 10 chapters is A House at Pooh Corner. We have not done this one yet. But what I did was we would read a chapter, and then we would break down some of the interesting facts in that chapter. So if you look at this, this is one where I cut one of the other folders and I attached it here. And I attached it with packing tape, and it goes across the back. So that way we have a whole extra page of places that we could put information. So when they got caught in a snowstorm and Pooh was tracking his footprints around in a circle, we learned about different cold weather animals. Okay, so when Pooh goes looking for honey, now we have some information on bees. There was one that celebrated Eeyore's birthday, so they wrote a birthday card, a birthday poem to Eeyore. Let's see, and here, the celebration, the hero celebration, we found a cake recipe and we made the cake. When Kanga and Roo were introduced to the group, we learned about the different parts of kangaroos. Okay, and another lap book that we made that they will be using for a long time to come is a grammar lap book. And if you open it up, you've got things here, and this flips up, and this flips up. So a lot of information in this book. So you have transition words when writing, comma rules, the 5 whys, capitalization, when you would capitalize words, punctuation, so they can always flip back to this and see different punctuation and what it might be used for. And here we have adjective wheel and adjective endings wheel. Down here we have contractions, and they're little ducks on their ponds, and you can take all of these off and then you match them up to the breakdown. So she had would be she'd, I am is I'm, will not is won't. So they can come through and play a game on this. Over here we have hamburger paragraphs. They're things that you want in a paragraph. We like to see 5-sentence paragraphs. So we have your topic sentence, 3 supporting sentences, and then your conclusion sentence. And then we have the paragraph stoplight. So again, topic sentence, supporting sentences, closing sentences. I put both of those, whichever one resonates better with the girls and they'll remember. Great, more power to them. So here on these flaps we have the to's, the yours, the theirs, and the wheres. And then we have fun things like preppy prepositions. So you pull this down and it has all words that are prepositions. Here, funky language. These open up to hyperbole, onomatopoeia, metaphor, and idioms. Tells what those are, and it gives examples. Here we talked about the different types of speech. So we have noun, pronoun, verb, and so on. And we discussed these, and then the girls made choices of nouns. And then they wrote their nouns down. And then they chose pronouns, and they wrote those down. And then they chose verbs. So they had a hands-on part in this. And then when you flip this one up, it has homonyms, homophones, homographs, and then a homophone matching game. So we have things like here and here, and pair and pair. And they would mix all these up and they would find the words that sound the same but mean something very different. And they sound the same and they're spelled differently and they mean something different. So that's a fun game. And the nice thing about this book is this is something that will grow with them as they continue learning and writing. I didn't need to know what a hyperbole or an onomatopoeia was until I was in high school. And they likely won't use that until they're in high school. But it's a nice way that they can come back and reference this. Prepositions they'll be using much sooner. This is a nice rundown to remember exactly what a verb and a noun and a pronoun is. So it's something that they can come back to quite often in their writing. So that will grow with them. So that's always nice. But we really enjoy using Lapbooks in our homeschool because it's something tangible, it's something fun, it's different. It's not the mundane workbook work that you do every single day of the week. And they can always come back and look at it. That's the beauty of it. It can sit on their lap and they can open it up and say, I remember when I wrote that poem. Or I remember when we learned all those things about bees. And it's more fun when you're doing something hands-on. And I think kids retain information better when they're doing things hands-on. So it's a piece of information, it's a piece of education, and it's also a piece of art that they can keep and hang on to and reference back to, and something that they can be proud of and show off. So we really love using Lapbooks in our homeschool, and I hope you will try using them as well. All right, we'll see you back next week, guys. Bye.